Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of chapter 15, Improvement in Food Resources. In the previous session we had studied about crop variety improvement. In that we had studied that by the efforts of scientists and the farmers we get good quality seeds, and by using those seeds now the farmers are ready that they can grow better quality crops in their fields. Now, during that production of crop in the fields, what kind of care is given to the crop, that we are going to study step by step. Before that, I want to make you acquaint few terms: high cost farming, low cost farming, and no cost farming. High cost farming is done by rich farmers. They have better access to the technology. They are well off. They have a big land. They have their own tractors. They can buy expensive fertilizers also. So their input is high. And when they are making such great efforts, their yield is also high, they are getting good profit. Then there are mediocre farmers. So comparatively less resources are being used by these farmers, and output is also less. And in no cost farming, the farmer is poor, and he grows the crops with the available seeds. They may not be of very good quality, and he simply depends on the rain only, or the water facilities are also not very good for him. So the output is also less. Now let us discuss during crop production what kind of management is done by the farmers. The first thing is nutrient management. See children, we all need nutrients. In fact, all living organisms need nutrients. हम अपनी बात करते हैं तो like we eat food. और फूड खाते हैं तो हम न्यूट्रिएंट्स कंज्यूम करते हैं, लाइक कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, प्रोटीन्स एक्सेट्रा. अगर मैं कार्बोहाइड्रेट की बात करूं तो दिस इज एक्चुअली मेड अप ऑफ 3 एलिमेंट्स: कार्बन, हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन. सो दीज आर कॉल्ड न्यूट्रिएंट एलिमेंट्स, और वी कैन सिंपली कॉल देम एज न्यूट्रिएंट्स आल्सो. सो इन केस ऑफ प्लांट्स, what are these nutrients? We are going to discuss that. Actually, what are the nutrient elements? They need 16 essential nutrients, and out of these 3 are easily obtained during photosynthesis. Actually, photosynthesis is the process by which plants are getting their food, so that you all know. During photosynthesis, these 2 raw materials are used by the plants. Carbon dioxide is taken from the air, and it is providing which 2 important nutrients? Carbon and oxygen. Then water also it is using. Every plant uses water, that is hydrogen and oxygen. These elements are also made available to the plant. So carbon, oxygen and hydrogen are easily available to the plant from air and from water. But out of those 16, now remaining 13 elements are obtained from soil. Actually, plant roots absorb water and the dissolved minerals, and these minerals contain those nutrients. And out of all these nutrients, 6 are macronutrients. See children, macro means large. So macronutrients are those nutrients which are needed in large amount by the plants. And these include nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Kalium is another name of potassium. And calcium, magnesium and sulfur. Magnesium is an important constituent of chlorophyll. Then there are certain nutrients called micronutrients. Micro means small, chota. So micro or less we can say. These nutrients are needed by the plant in less amount. And these are 7 in number. That is iron, boron, molybdenum, zinc, manganese, copper and chlorine. And all these are present in the soil. As you can see that macronutrients include nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Let me tell you, these 3 are critical elements. Their need is so much for the plant that they cannot even start growing. The germination will not occur. So this is needed in large amount. Actually, their deficiency is seen in the plant very quickly. But that does not mean that others are not needed. As I told you, all are essential nutrients. Micronutrients are needed in less amount, but they also must be available to the plant. Otherwise, the physiology of the plant will be affected. फिजियोलॉजी मीन्स देयर आउटर अपीयरेंस. आप देखेंगे द प्लांट इज नॉट ग्रोइंग वेल, उसमें ब्रांचेस ठीक से नहीं आ रही हैं, लीव्स आर ऑल्सो लुकिंग डल, देयर ग्रोथ इज नॉट हेल्दी. सो the entire physiology, the flower formation, fruit formation, the quality of all this will be affected. So all these nutrients are essential nutrients and the plants must get it. Now as I told you that they get it from the soil, then what is the problem? Soil is always there for the plants. Actually what happens when the farmers are growing plants, that is crops in their fields, those large number of crop plants are continuously using nutrients from the soil. Suppose farmer जो है एक crop grow करते हैं, that crop is absorbing nutrients from the soil, उसके बाद वो दूसरी crop grow करते हैं, and this way the soil nutrients are continuously used up and it will become deficient in the nutrients if it is not left fallow or uncultivated for some time. और फार्मर्स ऐसा करते हैं कुछ टाइम के लिए, कई बार वो अपने लैंड को खाली छोड़ देते हैं एंड ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम ह्यूमस फॉर्मेशन होती है और उससे दोबारा से जो सॉइल है इट गेट्स रिप्लेनिश्ड विद द न्यूट्रिएंट्स. ह्यूमस इज द डेड डिकेइंग मैटर ऑफ प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स. नाउ एज फार्मर्स हैव टू ग्रो लॉट ऑफ क्रॉप्स इन द फील्ड्स, सो it becomes a responsibility also to provide nutrients to the soil, and they do it in the form of adding manures and fertilizers. Now what are these manures and fertilizers? Let us understand it. We have studied in lower classes also that manure can be easily prepared by using biodegradable substances. Now for making manure, farmers use animal waste, plant waste, even peels of fruits and vegetables. So such kind of organic waste is put in a pit covered with the soil, and after a few weeks it is seen that after digging it that it is converted into a dark colored soil which is called compost. Aerobic and anaerobic bacteria perform their roles, and as a result it could occur, decomposition could occur and compost formation could take place. Manure is of different types. This is the simplest type of manure which I have just told you. Soon I will be discussing other kind of manures also. Then children, farmers also sometimes use fertilizers in their fields. This is a natural substance, while fertilizers are chemicals and these are prepared in the factories. So this is one major difference between the two. Not only that, manures are very heavy. Once the manure is ready, it is packed in big bags, and its storage and transportation both is somewhat difficult. While fertilizers are prepared in such a way that they are compact substances and they can be packaged in small packets, their storage and transportation is also easy for that reason because of their light weight. Another difference is manure is not nutrient specific. It has all the nutrients in small amount. We cannot say that this manure is rich in nitrogen or rich in calcium or rich in phosphorus, but fertilizers are nutrient specific. For example, urea is a fertilizer. Its formula is NH2CONH2 and it is rich in nitrogen. So whenever we feel that the soil is lacking in nitrogen, we can buy urea and apply it in the soil. So this way nitrogen can be replenished in the soil. Another difference is manure improves the texture of the soil because it contains lot of humus, and when this texture is improved, for example if clayey soil is there, clayey soil waterlogged हो जाती है, उसमें पानी retain होता है ज़्यादा, and when manure is mixed with it उसका seepage हो जाता है, and as a result now it retains the right amount of water. इसी तरह से if the soil is sandy, then the water percolation will be more. Water hold नहीं होगा, रुक नहीं रहा है उसमें. After mixing manure, again now it is ready to hold more water. So overall texture is improved and water retention is taking place now. So this way you can see that manures are good in few ways, and like it is natural, it is improving the water retention capacity also. And another is manure is a natural substance, so it enhances the growth of useful bacteria in the soil. On the other hand, fertilizers also have some positive and negative points. Because of their chemical nature, it can kill the useful bacteria present in the soil. So that is the negative point. But because it is nutrient specific, so according to a requirement, it is providing that one particular nutrient in large amount to our crop. Suppose हमारे पास crop है tomato crop, which needs a lot of potassium. तो हम potassium fertilizer जो है we can buy it from the market and apply it in the soil. इसी तरह से leguminous crops होती हैं, they need more phosphorus, तो उसके लिए भी we can buy phosphorus fertilizer, जबकि manures will not be providing any particular nutrient in large amount. One more advantage of fertilizer is it quickly dissolves in water even when it is applied. इसी तरह से इसको अप्लाई किया जाता है पानी में डिसॉल्व करके, it is sprayed there और even directly भी डाल दिया जाता है, and it is quickly absorbed by the plants and gives very fast results. Good growth of the plant occurs. इसमें comparatively slow results होते हैं. So you can see that there are some advantages and disadvantages of manure, and same is in the case of fertilizers. एक चीज और है, fertilizers के केस में when we are using the dose of fertilizer, it should be just the right dose. Otherwise, soil becomes rich in chemicals because of the fertilizer, and it causes soil pollution. As I just told you that it will kill the useful bacteria, and later on it will be reducing the soil fertility also by making it too acidic or too basic. One more thing happens if we use it in excess, then with the flowing water, this fertilizer gets washed away to the nearby water bodies, nearby lakes or drains or rivers, and their eutrophication occurs. This term eutrophication you will study in some other chapter, but we can see that it causes a sort of water pollution. So that is the negative point or the disadvantage of fertilizer. Though I told you that it gives very quick results. Green revolution में यही हुआ था when farmers came to know कि fertilizers give better results in a very short time, so they started using fertilizers. But धीरे धीरे पता चला कि ये तो chemical nature की वजह से the soil quality was degrading. तो अब करना क्या चाहिए? Should we use manures or should we use fertilizers? See children, farmer decided. And whenever quick results are needed, they do use fertilizers, but in less amount and very wisely. Most of the time, they should use manure only. In organic farming, the same thing is done. Manures are mainly used. Organic farming में chemicals are not used. आपने अपने घर में भी देखा होगा kitchen garden में when the vegetables are grown, their taste is somewhat different because we are not using any chemical there. एंड फ्री फ्रॉम केमिकल्स होने की वजह से आप देखते हैं कि उसका जो प्रोडक्शन होता है दैट अकर्स इन अ डिफरेंट मैनर एंड द टेस्ट इज डिफरेंट एंड इट इज हेल्दी ऑल्सो. Now let's talk of some different kinds of manure. As I just told you that it can be easily prepared by using the biodegradable waste by putting it in a pit. So that is called compost. Another is vermicompost. Vermicompost में we take help of redworms. Redworms are a kind of earthworms, and they enhance the process of decomposition, and manure formation occurs in a less time. बस ये ध्यान रखना पड़ता है जब ये redworms हम डालते हैं in that pit, तो हम कोई ऐसी चीज उसमें ना डाल दें कोई स्पाइसी और काफी सॉल्टी थिंग ना हो, so it will kill the redworms. तो अगर हम वर्मी कंपोस्ट प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं तो we have to take care of few points. Another type of manure is farmyard manure. It is not much different from the normal manure. इसमें हम करते क्या है कि हमारे फार्म हाउस पर जितना भी वेस्ट कलेक्ट होता चला जा रहा है, इंस्टेड ऑफ थ्रोइंग इट अवे हियर एंड देयर, वी कलेक्ट इट एंड पुट इट इन द पिट. इट इंक्लूड्स द एनिमल वेस्ट, द प्लांट वेस्ट, और उसको बस इकट्ठा करके हम मैन्योर बना लेते हैं. दैट इज फार्म यार्ड मैन्योर, FYM. एक और मैन्योर होती है वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वन, ग्रीन मैन्योर. इसके लिए हम अपनी क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन करने से पहले कुछ ऐसे प्लांट्स हैं जैसे ग्वार है, सन हेम्प है, वी ग्रो देम इन द फील्ड एंड लाइक फॉर 2 months के लिए हम उन्हें ग्रो होने देते हैं एंड बिफोर दे स्टार्ट फ्लावरिंग, क्योंकि हमारी वो मेन क्रॉप नहीं है, हमें उसमें फ्लावर नहीं आने देना, हमें उसमें फ्रूट नहीं आने देना है, ग्रेन्स नहीं आने देने हैं. बिफोर दे स्टार्ट फ्लावरिंग वी प्लो द फील्ड, हम हल चला देते हैं फील्ड पर और वो सारे प्लांट्स अपरूट हो जाते हैं, उखड़ जाते हैं एंड दे गेट ब्रोकन ऑल्सो एंड दे गेट मिक्स्ड विद द सॉइल एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड ग्रीन मैन्योर. धीरे धीरे डिकम्पोज भी होते रहते हैं, उसमें से न्यूट्रिएंट्स, उनकी लीव्स में से न्यूट्रिएंट्स लीच आउट होकर सॉइल में मिक्स होते रहते हैं एंड व्हेन वी ग्रो आवर मेन क्रॉप इट इज गेटिंग न्यूट्रिएंट्स बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ग्रीन मैन्योर. So sun hemp and guar are 2 examples of plants which are grown as green manure. And there are many other leguminous plants also which are used as green manure. So children, manures and fertilizers improve the quality of the soil by making them nutrient rich. Our next topic is in crop production management, irrigation. And irrigation means supplying water to the plants at regular intervals. अब हमें कितना पानी देना है ये इस पर डिपेंड करेगा what kind of crop we are growing. Like you know that rice crop, जो चावल होते हैं, they need more water. Cotton crop needs comparatively less water. तो ये सब ध्यान देना पड़ता है किसको ज्यादा पानी देना है और किसको कम देना है. Then what kind of season is going on? अगर रेनी सीजन है, ऑलरेडी इट इज रेनिंग, तो फ्रॉम योर साइड यू विल नॉट बी प्रोवाइडिंग वाटर, अदरवाइज यू ब्रिंग वाटर फ्रॉम द कैनाल्स, फ्रॉम द ट्यूबवेल्स एंड यूज इट फॉर इरिगेशन. एंड व्हाट काइंड ऑफ सॉइल इज देयर इन द फील्ड दैट ऑल्सो डिसाइड्स द अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर टू बी यूज्ड. अगर क्ले सॉइल है तो वो पानी रिटेन करती है ऊपर, सैंडी सॉइल है तो वो पर्कुलेट करती है, पानी सीप होता रहता है नीचे नीचे, तो ऐसे केस में ज्यादा पानी देना पड़ता है. सो फार्मर्स डिसाइडेड दैट व्हेन द वाटर हैज टू बी सप्लाइड एंड हाउ मच वाटर. और ये वाटर किस तरह से सप्लाई होगा, नियर बाय रिवर्स होती हैं, वहां से कैनाल्स के थ्रू वाटर इज ब्रॉट टू द फील्ड्स. देन वेल्स आर देयर, कुएं होते हैं, वी कॉल देम डग वेल्स एंड प्रिमिटिव मेथड है ये डग वेल्स. एंड ट्यूबवेल्स की हेल्प से भी बोरिंग इज डन एंड बोरिंग करके हम अर्थ में जो लोअर स्ट्रेटा है, लोअर लेयर है, वहां से भी वी कैन टेक आउट वाटर. देन जब भी रेन होती है तो वाटर कैन ऑल्सो बी कलेक्टेड इन द बिग टैंक्स, या कैनाल में काफी पानी आ रहा है तो टैंक्स में कलेक्ट करके रख लेते हैं और उसके बाद इट कैन बी यूज्ड फॉर इरिगेशन. तो अलग अलग मेथड्स हैं. लेटेस्ट टेक्निक में हम बात करते हैं रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग एंड वाटर शेड मैनेजमेंट की. तो ये इसी से रिलेटेड है कि जब भी रेन वाटर हो रहा है एंड इट इज गोइंग अवे and about to fall in the rivers and drains, once it falls there it will not be used easily, तो उसको वही रोक लिया जाता है. इवन वाटरशेड मैनेजमेंट में भी यही करते हैं, चेक डैम्स बनाए जाते हैं और वो पानी को रोकते हैं विच इज गोइंग अवे. और वो पानी रोकने के बाद नाउ इट विल सीप इनटू योर ग्राउंड, इट विल इंक्रीज द वाटर टेबल ऑल्सो. अब ग्राउंड का जो वाटर जब इंक्रीज होगा तो it can be taken out by the help of tubewells and used later on also. Our next topic in production management is adopting the correct cropping pattern. In that, first I'm going to take mixed cropping. Earlier, what the farmers used to do, they used to grow one crop only, and sometimes they had a total crop failure. Because of some disease or because of some insect attack. So that was a big loss for them. So what they decided that instead of growing one crop, they would be growing 2 or more crops. And as a result, अगर एक crop किसी वजह से destroy होती है, तो at least the other crop remains safe, and whatever hard work and time they have given to the crop production, तो at least after that they are not at a loss. But उसमें एक problem आ रही थी. And that problem was कि when they decided to grow these 2-3 crops, they were growing that randomly. तो उनकी फील्ड में किसी क्रॉप में जल्दी मैच्योरेशन हो रहा था, किसी में देर से मैच्योरेशन हो रहा था. तो एक प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी कि जिसका मैच्योरेशन जल्दी हो चुका है तो उसकी हार्वेस्टिंग करनी है. तो बीच बीच में फील्ड्स में जाकर हार्वेस्टिंग हैड टू बी डन एंड द क्रॉप विच वॉज येट टू बी मैच्योर उसको छोड़ना पड़ता था. तो ये चेक करना पड़ता था बार बार. अदर देन दैट Out of those crop, if some crop needs nitrogen fertilizer, another crop needs calcium fertilizer or phosphorus fertilizer, so separately to apply fertilizer was also becoming difficult for them. So what they decided, that was the improved version of mixed cropping, and that is called intercropping. Intercropping में भी same thing is done. 2 or more crops are grown, but this time there is some row pattern. And what is done in that? Let us understand with the help of 2 examples. Suppose the farmer decides to grow 2 crops. हम 2 crop की help से समझेंगे. Otherwise it can be more than 2 also. Farmer is growing a cereal crop, maybe wheat and the mustard crop together. The demand of wheat crop is obviously more than that of mustard. So they grew mustard crop in 2 rows, that is mustard, and in next 3 rows it was wheat crop and again mustard. So it was the ratio of 2:3 in growing these 2 crops. What was the benefit? एक तो separately fertilizer apply करना easy हो गया था. अगर वीट क्रॉप को नाइट्रोजन चाहिए, मस्टर्ड क्रॉप को कैल्शियम चाहिए, सेपरेटली इन द सेपरेट रोज फर्टिलाइजर कैन बी अप्लाइड. सिमिलरली हार्वेस्टिंग कैन ऑल्सो बी डन इजिली, कि अगर ये क्रॉप जल्दी मेच्योर हो गई है तो मस्टर्ड क्रॉप्स की रोज में पहले हार्वेस्टिंग कर लीजिए एंड लेटर ऑन हार्वेस्टिंग ऑफ वीट क्रॉप कैन बी डन. अदर देन दैट, अगर मान लीजिए इसमें कोई डिजीज होती है एंड दैट इज नॉट द डिजीज ऑफ वीट क्रॉप, तो होगा क्या कि दिस डिजीज विल नॉट गेट ट्रांसफर्ड टू वीट क्रॉप. ऑल्सो ओनली दीज 2 rows of mustard plant will get destroyed and this disease will not get transferred to other rows of the mustard crop, क्योंकि बीच में गैप आ गया है. So that is also the benefit of growing them in some definite row patterns. इससे भी complete failure नहीं होगा and healthy growth will be there. Moreover, इनके न्यूट्रिएंट रिक्वायरमेंट डिफरेंट है. एज अ रिजल्ट दे विल बी एब्सॉर्बिंग डिफरेंट न्यूट्रिएंट्स फ्रॉम द सॉइल एंड देयर ग्रोथ विल बी हेल्दी. एक और एग्जांपल लेते हैं. सपोज टोमेटो एंड मैरीगोल्ड. मैरीगोल्ड इज अ फ्लावर. इसकी एक रो ग्रो करते हैं एंड देन 3 rows of tomato, again marigold and 3 rows of tomato. So this time our ratio is 1:3. टमाटो की रिक्वायरमेंट ज्यादा है, डिमांड ज्यादा है, सो दैट इज वाई 3 rows आर देयर. अब इसमें भी देखिए वही सेम बेनिफिट्स हैं. एक और इसका बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बेनिफिट है, मैरीगोल्ड्स फ्रेग्रेंस रिपेल्स वन इंसेक्ट व्हिच अदरवाइज कैन अटैक द टोमेटो क्रॉप एंड डिस्ट्रॉय दैट. तो साथ साथ ग्रो करने से आप देखिए आपकी क्रॉप जो है पेस्ट रेजिस्टेंट भी होती जा रही है. इट इज रिपेलिंग दैट, इट इज सेफ फ्रॉम द पेस्ट ऑल्सो. सो इंटरक्रॉपिंग इज obviously better than mixed cropping and farmers prefer to adopt it. One more point, that on what basis they decide that which crops should be grown together. Let us see a few points. One of the crops should have deep roots, another should have shallow roots. So deep roots जिसकी है, it will absorb nutrients from the lower layer of the soil and shallow roots will be absorbing nutrients from the upper layer. As a result, that competition for getting the nutrients will be avoided and nutrients of both the layers will also be used up. इसके अलावा nutrient requirement दोनों की different है, तो soil fertility will also be retained as I told you earlier. Last cropping pattern है crop rotation. That means in the field same crop will not be grown every time. If same crop is grown, then it will be utilizing similar nutrient every time from the soil, and as a result that soil will be deficient in one particular nutrient, and in the long run that crop will also not grow properly, which we are growing continuously in the same field. तो क्रॉप रोटेशन में एग्जैक्टली क्या करते हैं, देयर इज अ प्री प्लान्ड सक्सेशन. पहले से सोच लिया जाता है कि वन आफ्टर द अदर कौन कौन सी क्रॉप को ग्रो कराया जाएगा ऑन द सेम फील्ड. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर वंस वी आर ग्रोइंग व्हीट क्रॉप, इट इज यूजिंग लॉट ऑफ नाइट्रोजन. कोई भी सीरियल क्रॉप हो सकती है, दे यूज लॉट ऑफ नाइट्रोजन फ्रॉम द सॉइल, एंड एज अ रिजल्ट now nitrogen is less in the soil. So next time we prefer to grow leguminous crop. It can be pulses, it can be beans, and with the help of that, because rhizobium bacteria live in the root nodules, nitrogen gas will be fixed and again your soil will be rich in nitrogen. तो एक बार आपने wheat crop grow की, next time leguminous crop. अब next time again you can grow the wheat crop because soil is again rich in nitrogen, and next time when you would be growing wheat crop, it will be growing healthy. So this way crop rotation is also beneficial. So children, we have studied how crop production management is done by the farmers so that they can grow healthy plants in their fields. Good day to all of you. See you in the next session.